Howdy ho. Let's get some music and then just piano rave. It's not bad. This is the guy. This is sick. Bit of a risky move to go from a very successful PS2 name, but oh wait. Oh yeah, this guy. Oh man, it's so sick. That's freaking sick. Wow. Love it. Alright, so what do we got here? We have this thing. I can't believe this thing works. This is sick. Okay, objective. What are we gonna be adding here? Let's see. All right, challenge graph. That's an easy one. Kind of. We'll try it. We'll try it. I actually feel like there's a oh, the chat. Is someone in the chat? Hello. I can't hear. Oh, are you?
I'm back.
Oh, what's up?
How's it going? I'm good.
That's good.
Sorry, can you hear the ambient humming in the background?
No, I got like music on.
Okay, sweet. Cause I'm messing around with my server right now.
Your server?
Yeah, cause I got one from my cousin. It's an old PowerEdge.
You're also on stream, by the way. Just a heads up.
Oh, cool. What are you streaming on?
It just YouTube.
Oh, I got you.
I can share my screen. No one.
No, I dig.
There you go. That's just what my screen looks like.
Oh, I got you. Just watching some YouTube.
Well, no, I was listening to this music and I was coding the competition site.
Oh, gotcha. Are you working on a GUI for it?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's gonna be so good.
No, I love the idea. It's so cool.
Yeah, I'm I'm going to the conference on the 1st, and
yeah, you said we're talking about that.
So I'm making XCTF t-shirts. So I got some paint.
Oh,
It's
really?
Yeah, it's like neon green paint, and then I'm putting it on a black t-shirt, and then just Helvetica like XCTF, and I'm gonna hand those out and have people walking around the conference in them. And
That's
yeah,
so cool.
yeah, dude, I'm gonna hack everyone, and then I'm gonna be dressed up as this guy from a hacker movie,
Which one?
serial killer from Hackers.
No, I've never seen the movie, but I recognize.
You have to watch this movie. I'll send you the video file. Like, you should just watch it.
Sounds good.
This is the single most important movie for hacker culture. If you want to be anywhere near cybersecurity, like, you have to watch this movie. Like, you can't even begin to understand how hacker it is. They're all on rollerblades the entire time, and they're going through, like, their hacker hangout is like a rollerblade ramp park.
That's so funny. That's
Oh, dude. Oh, wow. I don't know if the trailer really does it justice. Yeah, it kind of does. Yeah. Watch this. So this, okay. All right. So here's a brief rundown of the story. So this guy he's an ex-hacker, but he's working at corporate now. He's in corporate America, and this is the server room of like a Google, and he comes in here on like a skateboard. And this is, he wants to be addressed as Mr. the Plague. So Mr. the Plague, or no, sorry, the Plague. And this is Penn Jillette from Fool Us. Do you know like Show and Teller? Do you know Show and Teller?
Oh, are you serious?
Yes, this is Penn Jillette. He's the IT guy. Look at this. So they're in charge of this computer, this huge like supercomputer called the Gibson, and they had planned. So the actual bad guys of this movie, someone might think because it's 90s film that it's corporate America, right? Because you have like American Psycho. A lot of people were depicting like the corporations, the problem. This movie is so hacker. The main antagonist is an ex-hacker, and he's the problem.
Oh, really?
He's creating the problem. Yeah. He's like he was like gonna threaten to like destroy some oil tanker with like some virus. But he frames this group of hackers because there's like a really young hacker who accidentally hacks the Gibson, and he finds like a trash file on there that contains the Plague's plans for like his doomsday to extort money from the corporation.
Yeah.
Like, it's a very complex plot, and it's like the way that they depict like the hackers, it's, oh my god, dude. They're all like characters. And yeah, and you fly around through the computer. This is like they're operating the supercomputer and they're like flying around in there. Like,
wait, when is this portrayed in what time?
The 90s. It's like while hacking was in.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like it's real time, and they show like they talk about real stuff in there. Like they go through all the books that at the time were relevant hacking books that would have taught you about like important things about systems and protocols. So it's like it's a very legit movie. It's like, and like the hacking scenes are like they're epic. Yeah, so this is the guy who accidentally hacks the Gibson. This like kid in his room hiding his cigarette smoking from his like Jewish mom, who's like, "What are you doing in there? What's going on? Nothing, mom."
That's so funny,
dude. The cherry on the top, you won't even believe who's in here. Angelina Jolie.
Why? What does she do?
She's a hacker. She's also one of the hackers. These are the hackers.
That's so cool. And these are like
He's gay. The guy in the cheetah shirt's gay. They got a black guy in there. And then this like Jewish kid. They're all in New York City. So I'm gonna dress up as this guy, serial killer. They got Angelina Jolie, Jolie, who's Acid Burn, I think, and then Dade, this guy over here, the white guy's Dade. I'm pretty sure he has autism. Like, I'm pretty sure he's depicted in this thing as like having autism, because the way that he reacts is so robotic, and he's the best
Yeah.
hacker in the world. Like he gets arrested at an
Really?
airport when he's like a teen. Yeah, that's the opening scene of the movie. Is like this guy's so hacker that he got like arrested, and yeah, dude, it's so good. This movie, I can't talk about how cool this movie is. And so I'm gonna dress up. So I have my hair's long. I got really long hair, so I can make 4 braids, which is the hairstyle of this guy. And he is like he is so eccentric and crazy. And then all of this, so that's the whole backstory for why I'm gonna dress up for this, like, what was it? It's called a nice K-12 conference. So you have to see this thing. So this is the conference that I'm going to in Arizona, right? This is where I'm gonna like give my talk to literally like 6 people. So I just spent like $1,000 for like booking everything and the conference ticket, basically so I can present to 6 people my idea. Which it's like anyone is an idiot not to think that this is the most revolutionary thing for cybersecurity education. It's like, it's so funny to me. But anyway, so all these people, we got like this kid who's in JROTC who's giving a keynote. We got these people. Yeah. Like these are the people speaking. Oh God, what a terrible sight. Like they got all these, and there's like some high schoolers there. So there's student panelists that will be there. Yeah, all of these people, but all these people are educators, and I'm imagining they're going to be dressed like they would dress for like work, which is like suit and ties sometimes. And I'm going to be this guy in like a Sonics jersey, a retro basketball jersey, of a team that only existed up until the 90s, with like my braids. And then I also got these glasses. You see these?
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be so good. And I've really thought through this a lot because I'm also gonna bring a suit, and I'm like, I want people to understand this reference. And if people don't understand the reference and they're like offended by me, right, by like me not dressing up like nicely, like they're so stupid. They're actually so stupid because it's like a K through 12 thing. Any one of their kids, if they were to see me like that they teach or represent like the best interests of, like they would be totally into it. I don't think there would be any kid that'd be like, this guy's an asshole.
Yeah. No, I really hate that. I hate formality.
Yeah.
Or like how it's taken as rude or offensive when you're not dressing within the confines.
Yeah. So the way that you hack that, the way that you get around that is, if you are wearing other clothes that don't meet the like kind of intended dress code, if you like spend enough time critically thinking about like putting it together in the same way that you might spend a lot of time thinking about like what suit to wear, like what colors to match and stuff like that. It's like this level of like fashion is all defined by people who like really just like study it long enough to understand like what the current fashion is. So like sneakers, if you show up and you have like really, really nice sneakers that obviously demonstrated that you know you're like a sneakerhead, like you can't get mad at that. Like this person has spent an inordinate amount of time to choose those specific sneakers. That's like my philosophy. Like that to me is formal. Formal is like a state of mind, and people can tell when you are like putting in effort. Does that make sense?
I know. Yeah, it makes total sense.
Yeah.
I get that.
So you can wear whatever you want as long as like what you're saying or doing by presenting yourself, it's like it's just as much effort. And people that are still offended by that, it's like, okay, fuck them, because like I want to live in a world where you can like express yourself in like a meaningful way and not just be like a jerk about it. Because you're like wearing, like, for example, you can't just wear a t-shirt around that says fuck. Like I just find that like really inappropriate. And I think a lot of people would agree. Like there's like people that would be like, no, I can totally wear whatever I want. But it's like, come on. Like you really want any kid walking by you to like see that in front of them? No. But yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of distasteful.
All right, so
Like, if it was like a joke or something, it'd be different. But
yeah. So anyway, I think that's going to be absolutely hilarious. I'm so stoked for this. I want to get like pictures of like I don't know, dude, there's going to be like I'm hoping like somewhere like higher in like education, like someone closer to the board of education on here, and I like really want to like find them and get like a picture with them in like my hacker outfit. And then I want to put that on the front page of like xctf.io is just like that picture.
That'd be awesome. That'd be
Yeah.
so cool. Like a little, what's the word I'm looking for? It's definitely not metaphorical, but metaphorical is the best thing.
No,
I can
it's
come up with.
absolutely. It's very metaphorical.
Yeah.
Like hacking, like the essence of hacking. All right, so here you'll hear my monologue about hacking. The essence of hacking is it comes from this natural urge that I guess a hacker has where you want to combine as many things as possible. You want to like just connect as fast as possible. And so for example, if you're programming, you might start out fumbling with a program, but you know you're typically incentivized because you know if you go deeper and deeper with coding, that your ability as a human is going to like multiply, right? Your value that you're introducing to the world, it starts to become like imaginable. But it's like a skill that you have to spend a lot of time and hone in on. And so hacking is just kind of that idea of like, I'm currently trying to connect more things or things in this like digital plane. It could be a physical plane, like these rules, and I want to play with them and study ones. And sometimes hacking means that you're just studying one thing. Like all you do is you just look at one thing for a very long time. You become like a god about it. And you look at it and then it's like boom, like that's the thing, and like there you go, you've changed. So people who like body mod their cars, like that's hacking. You're hacking the bounds of your cars to do like crazy things. And naturally
that is a very
my boss, who's like their boss, coworker, whatever, he bought a car that was like a very specific Miata from a very specific year, a shit car. Just an absolute shit car.
Wait,
like,
what do you know the model of it?
What is it? Sorry, it's not a shit car. It looks like shit. Like you can't close the door all the way. But he's like, no, you don't understand. Like the weight in the way that this whole car like in body like turns, it's like the exact feel that I'm like going for when I'm going from like my house to like a grocery store or something like that. Like
That's beautiful.
He has every turn from like different routes mapped out as how much accelerator he can put for the turn to still be like smooth and like consistent. So he's basically speed racing around like his house. He's speed beat it all the way down to the car. Oh no, he has like an RX-8. Mazda RX-8. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking you were talking about like Miata RX-7.
He might have one though.
That's what I want. It's like the end goal.
I think so.
Yeah, that's a beautiful car.
But like an older one. Like it's not new. Oh, but I told him. So I was getting on his case because I'm like, free. You know and I know you can't be driving this car around. It is not a grown-up car. So he compromised with a Subaru BRZ.
Wait, and he's just like pulling all this out of his ass?
What do you mean?
Like cash?
Dude, we're in tech. We've been in tech for like a decade.
That is true. He can be doing that.
Yeah, we got money. We were at Uber. He was one of the first 100 employees at Uber.
Yeah. You serious?
Yeah.
Wait, like around Kickstart? Like when they kicked off?
Yeah. He was being yelled at by Travis, the old CEO, the controversial CEO.
Really?
Yeah. He was one of the only people during the that knew about the rebrand for Uber, from their original stuff to the new stuff. Yeah. This guy, he's really cool. He's really, really cool. But yeah, these are his cars now.
Jesus. Yeah, you can. I was gonna say, if he's just like, dude, he's just pulling this money out of his ass. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Uh,
But yeah, that's good.
all right. So I was gonna explain to you Go. That was the objective.
Yes.
So what was your question that you asked?
It was just like why Go rather than. I mean, I would understand like looking at it. It's syntactically much more easy. You can write it faster, read it easier, rather than something like C++, and it retains some of the speed
Yeah.
relative to it. But like, why rather than other languages?
Okay. So why other languages?
Yeah,
What
especially for
what
like
like
web
what
stuff.
language? What language do you know, or what languages do you know?
Well, I started off with Python about 8 months ago.
Okay.
Like I've been
So you got
not around
Python.
the block very far.
Python for how long?
Yeah, I know Python pretty well.
How long have
I
you been?
started at 8 months,
8 months ago.
and I've been working on it on and off. I just use it to script really.
And that's it. That's the
But
only
I-
programming. You haven't like played around with
Oh,
your calculator.
I haven't played it on my calculator, no,
Do you-
but I know JS a little bit because of XSS.
JS
and then
because
I know
okay, XSS.
relatively
So you
Java.
haven't done like XSS is just like a fire and don't think about it. So you're not actually like looking at
Yeah,
JavaScript
exactly.
really. You're programming. So it's like not programming is how I'd say that.
Yeah, I just
Um,
learned the syntax,
But you're familiar. Yeah, you got syntax.
and I know 132 for C++,
132.
which is Win32, like the API.
What? Why?
Because I wanted to get into malware dev.
That's sick. Okay.
I know C++.
How
Like,
much
I
C++?
know how to write really basic stuff.
Oh god, yeah, that's too basic though. That's like so deep.
Yeah.
That's so deep. It's like, come on, like, and also that's not the right language to use for malware anymore. Like, you want to be using Rust. Like
I've heard that a lot, actually.
Yeah,
I've been hearing
yeah, malware. If you want right,
I-
absolutely Rust. That's I would not. Maybe Go. Maybe if you're really good with Go, but like, I just feel like Rust. You could do some insane shit. The level
Totally.
the
I
level
heard
of
about
access.
The like the first major malware strain with Rust is called like Black Cat. It was around recently. It was a
Oh, interesting.
ransomware strain.
All right, fuck security. We're not
And,
talking about
it's like the
security. I don't want to hear it. So we got C++, Java, Python, Java. What Java have you done?
I've just done stuff in like analysis of algorithms, the class.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking that. But I didn't do AP Java, so my understanding of Java is a little shitty.
Why didn't you do AP Java?
I was like, man, I don't want to do that.
Oh fuck on! Come on, seriously? That was that?
Yeah, 'cause I was just
Did
like,
you have an option to?
okay. Yeah, Mr. Yusuf liked me enough.
Dude. Oh fuck.
It was also I didn't get interested in comp sci until the end of my junior year.
Yeah.
And I
Oh,
wanted to
that's
get
fair. That's fair.
all the
So not
algorithms.
enough time. Time in high school.
No, definitely not.
So this is critical. This is absolutely critical. If you don't have enough time in high school, you are now cast into this learning. Now, you can totally learn in college. Like I have a guy who's from like freshman year, like he saw that I knew my shit and he'd been asking me questions like the whole time. We're really good friends now. Like I see him at least once every year. Like he lives in Montana. We go snowbird.
That's true.
You have to be like a good student though. He was a good student. He fucking
Yeah.
he was on top of it always. So what's cool about in high school when you're learning programming is you really get to fail, and you get to fail really hard. Because, college is coming up, like you're like, okay, yeah, like I'm going to have to get my life together, figure out what I'm going to do. But in high school, you could take classes and it's like if it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. Like it's high school.
Mm-hmm.
People get so crippled about like the grades though in high school because of like the pressure from college.
Totally, yeah.
Fuck that. The way that you get into the college that you want is you have to find like any and so this definitely changes by what you're studying, but because there is so much of a demand with computer science, if you are really into programming and you do like okay in your classes, you're not like an absolute idiot, there are so many opportunities to have like a good computer science college experience. And while you're at college, it doesn't really matter what you're studying at college anymore, because what you should be focusing on is just networking and building out projects, whatever pops into your head that's interesting. And so honestly, like, I think college is really important because of the socialization that you get. You will never get socialization like that the rest of your life. People who are the same age that are like all trying to work towards something, and you get to like feed off that energy. So there's a lot of life lessons that are very important in college, but it's your focus should not be on the classes. It should be on the networking. Do like bare minimum of your classes. Like I dropped out like my junior year, but that's only because I got offered a thing from Uber. I don't know if I would have, maybe I would have done it actually for a startup, honestly. Like I think, but you're taking on more risk of your life when you're doing startup, because you could have a shitty manager right off the bat and then you're kind of fucked. Versus if you have a name like Uber, it's like there's no doubt in my mind that I can't get into anywhere else that I want to in life. Because once you're at a company, that's game over. If you're someone that actually cares about your progression, at least in computer science, like you should be hitting up anyone that you can at the company, building your network, because it's so valuable and it's so easy. Again, depends on the team, depends on the manager, but like that's kind of the way that I see the progression of like where you should be focusing on your energy. Definitely graduate high school. Like you have to have pretty good grades so that you get into a reasonable college. It doesn't have to be like an Ivy League, but like, you know, like whatever.
Well, I'm gunning for UMD right now.
Yeah, UMD is perfect. I've read so many of white papers about like computer science research, and I'm like, shit, this is great research. Where is this from? UMD. They have a great program.
Yeah. No, it's like it rivals a lot of Ivies.
Yeah.
And they're like the quality of the program, especially recently. So I was like, in-state and close to home, and
yeah, dude, that's cool.
Be going to Harvard.
Do you know? Are you going there, UMD, or you're thinking?
I applied early at.
Oh, you applied? Okay,
and
sick.
I'll probably hear back in like the next 3 weeks.
That's dope, dude. That'd be sick if you got that. Like that is a good college to go to. Absolutely.
That's all I want to go to.
Yeah.
I mean, I have other options, of course. I not options, but I'm looking at other things. I mean, not being cocky.
So, there's something from my college experience. The thing that I feel like has really set me apart, not to be like conceited here, but it's like I feel like I'm generally set apart from most people that I like am doing computer science in. The socialization and networking that happened in New York City was like I could not have even remotely thought of its benefits, because the security scene, possibly it for the world. There's maybe some other international hubs. There definitely are other international hubs, but like Berlin and stuff like that. But security is really, really strong in New York City, and so being able to go grab a beer at some bar with someone who's working in security, just because like security people are generally cool people that want to hang out with people who know their stuff. Like you could do that. You could go do that in New York City. You're not going to really do that at UMD.
No, I mean, I know that there is some government stuff, especially right around there.
And government stuff is okay, but you got to be so careful, because going too deep in the government, it's kind of like a black hole for your career. Like I don't want to say it, and I don't really like it, but I worked for many government contractors like before I worked at Uber, and it just I could just see people's careers kind of like just really plateauing, because you don't really and it depends where you are, depends what you're doing. Like I think for cybersecurity there's more kind of cooler companies in like the DC area and stuff like that. But it's not as fun. It's not as fun as West Coast companies. Like there's some cool companies in New York City that I would totally work for, because they're like hipster and stuff's cool. But the West Coast is just like the companies are like just so much more fun to work at, like startups and stuff like that.
I bet. Yeah.
There's just so much more positive energy, and It's sick. Um,
I can imagine.
but anyway, that's like if I were to like suggest a path through life as someone who's learning about cybersecurity and programming stuff like now, like you want to build your network. You really should always be thinking about building your network. Who can you talk to? Because if you can demonstrate your skills as someone that knows about security because you've been playing CTFs, like you've been deep in it, you've been learning about technologies, that's all that someone needs to hear to like hand you a job. Like if they can, if you can give like a demo, a really quick demo of how your brain works, and it's like you really know your stuff, and you know how to talk to people, right? You can't be like spacing out and stuff like that, like conversation, like learn how to make good eye contact, be like a normal human being, and yeah, you're always gonna get a job. Because I don't have any job to offer right now to anyone because I'm trying to go back and work for corporate, not quite corporate. I think Bishop or there's like security companies that like I am excited to work for.
Yeah.
But I don't have any jobs to offer, but I would totally offer a job to someone who basically comes to me like that. Like hey Chris, like I would like to tell you about myself. Like these are the things that I've done. Like, can I get a job? If I'm ever in a room with someone like that, I'm like, yes, you are hired. You're so cool.
Yeah, I've been my cousin, just to mention like government contractors and stuff, things like that.
Yeah.
You're getting into that, especially regarding cyber. My cousin works at Mantech, if you've ever heard of it.
Symantec?
Which is what was that?
Symantec?
No, just Mantech.
Mantech? Like MANTE?
Quite literally Mantech.
Is it this? Or Mantech as in like... Oh, Mantech. Oh, wow. What a website.
So
wait.
You
I love it. Oh, wow. Wait, no. Oh, my God, dude. What?
That's pretty nice. I mean,
no, this is horrible. What am I looking at?
Cute.
What? I don't know what they do. Look at these animations.
Care.
Whoa.
I don't think you're supposed to know what they do.
Yeah, is it supposed to be a mystery? All right, here we go. For over 50 years at Mantech, we're securing the future. In business for more than half a century, Mantech provides advanced mission-focused technology solutions and services for every branch of the federal government, intelligence, federal civilian, and defense agencies. Wow, dude, they're intense. This, I mean, they look like they got their shit together. Like if they're building stuff like this. Whoa, dude. Sick. Look at that. Look how hacker that is, dude. Like how future hacker typing in, looking at the interface. Yep, that's an interface. Full spectrum cyber. Whoa. Look at, that's a cool animation in the corner. That responds to the mouse. Someone wrote some logic to make that respond to the mouse. Ooh, the search bar. Wow. Oh, it connects to Mantech. That's a cool. That's an interesting detail. Let's see how well the search works. Okay, maybe. What do we expect to find on a site like Mantech? What do we want to know? What do we want to know about?
War Thunder.
War Finder?
The War Thunder forums.
War Thunder?
Yeah, you know, like it's the tank airplane video game.
No.
And like in order to win arguments in the forums, they'll like leak classified documents.
War Thunder? What is going on here?
Wait, separate from this, look it up. Look up War Thunder forums. And then actually you might want to go back and because you'll probably scrubbed off the forum. Look up classified documents.
Oh, that's good. I'm gonna save this one.
It's so funny. Like Well, somebody will come in and they'll be like, "Man, this is so unrealistic," and then another person will be like, "No, it's not. Look at this."
Oh my god,
And
really?
yeah, it's good stuff.
Friendly reminder on
My
leaking
cousin
classified
is all about it.
documents. Oh my god, that's amazing. Holy shit.
It's just the funniest thing. Like,
Okay.
it's so casual.
Okay, we're gonna teach Go. We're gonna go with Go. We're gonna learn about that.
Yes, go.
All right. Dude, I'm so high. I'm
first,
so high right now.
finish off that thought. I'm trying to get an internship there,
What? You're gonna get an internship?
hopefully, at
Wait.
Mantech.
Oh shit, dude, that's fucking sick. Ooh, hell yeah. At Mantech.
So that's
Good.
hopefully, and I want to.
We like that.
Who, like, develop malware and stuff.
Oh, sick,
And
dude.
what I
That's
wanted to
fucking
get
sick.
into.
Develop
I got
malware.
stories about that one.
That's like that's like
Good.
building a gun. It's like, here, kid, let me teach you how to build a gun.
Yeah, really.
No, you're gonna not want to add the You're gonna make sure that your process name's hidden when the malware runs. Like, we can totally see it right now. Let's get rid of that. Right? Add this code.
All right, so go.
Why? So why Go? So why should the why listen to the bearded man? Well, the reason that you should listen is, all right, you are listening. The reason that you should use Go is many reasons. Let's start with ChatGPT giving us an outline as to why. You are
sound like Eastep.
an Uber engineer. Does he do that?
He loves his ChatGPT.
Yes, dude. He should
He
give
can't
a.
pronounce it right though.
Why? What does he say?
He says like Chat GBT
Oh,
or like Chat GTP.
ATP,
never
chat
say it right.
ATP.
Yeah, something like that.
You're an Uber engineer who has programmed a lot of Go. You are inspired by the Go blogs about a two thing. Right, and Go. Why should someone who, okay, and then what's your history? I'm just gonna copy this.
Oh, so that's what you were up to with that.
What?
That's why you were charting all that down. I was curious as to why you're doing that.
Dude, once you have the information in like a structured form like this, like, it's so valuable. Like, people have no idea how valuable it is. And I'm just chilling over here. Every day of my life is in my notes. Every article that I read from online is saved. And I can just scroll back. And then the talk that I'm going to give, like, and all these are just like hashtags. So I'm talking at nice, talk nice. And
Wait, it's actually, that's genius. Do you have GPT-4?
it's 12. What?
You have GPT-4?
Do I what? Have GPT-4?
Do you have yeah, the one that can access like real-time access to the internet?
Yeah.
So that's genius. You could just like give it access to your notes and be like,
Yes,
hey,
that's what I'm
I
doing.
remember what this was.
That's exactly what I'm
Can you
doing.
tell me about it?
And so here's the presentation that I'm going to
fun.
give, and I can click over here and say view as slides, and here's the presentation. Like, oh, amazing. Wow, there's that. And then that's my presentation. And even cooler, all of these notes are also published online at garden.breadchris.com. And we can search for that presentation, the nice presentation, somewhere, nice K12. And here we go. And this is public. Anyone can now view the presentation, because you can also view it over here, view as slides. So there you go.
And you can get GPT-4 to summarize it for you.
Yes, I'm browsing your brain. And I can now imagine I'm looking at your page, right? I'm looking at your stuff, and I'm like, he has a question about Go. I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna highlight it, and I'm gonna leave my feedback. And you know what you're gonna see the next time you look at your? Oh no, you won't even. You'll get a notification. Chris has just left a comment on your notes. Do you want to view it now? And you can change filters for notifications of like, I don't care if literally anyone else but Chris comments, so don't send me any notifications. Only I care a lot about what Chris has to say, so I get it more. And then for your friends, you can like configure that, right? Your close friends, like if you wanted to share certain tags with them, so you only want you to share about like hashtag party or something like that, and then it's like your friends can see those things.
Is this like a little venture of yours?
Oh yeah, dude, it's live. I'm trying to like make it better, but
very interesting.
Demo.
That's very.
So, these are, I currently just have it so it's like a browser extension that like I go around to like pages. So I go to like Hacker News. So literally how I start every day. hn.y combinator. So I open up Hacker News. I'm like looking at something and I'm like, this post looks interesting. So when I clicked over there, that you can barely tell because I don't have the CSS figured out, but there's a little thing. Do you want to save this page? Yes or no? I say yes. I can leave tags about it. I click save. Now, it does work. We fixed it. Yeah, we fixed it. So there it is. And that's the article. I can also view it in here. Like I can look at the stuff, and I can like leave annotations about it. And for you, if I want to show you, and I'm going to add a tag on this, we're going to say this is for Conger, your username or something. Oh, wait. Conger. Add that. So now I can just, this is what you would see. It's just you. It's just like the things that I've tagged this for you.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really, really neat.
And everyone's going to have their own domain name. So you would have Conger. It's currently called Lunarbrain, but I think I got justshare.io. So that it would be conger.justshare.io. How do you feel about the domain name?
That's pretty sweet.
Is that good? The other option is conger.lunabrain.com. Or
what does Lunabrain imply? Like, where does Luna come from?
It's literally, this is a very good SEO brand. Like we have the whole brand for this, and it's really good. But yeah, we can't use it. So
so it's share what.io?
Just share.
Just share.
And the idea, it's like, hey, dude, I just want to share this with you. And it's like, there it is. It's shared with you.
Well, that's perfect.
Yeah. And so if I meet you, right, next time I see you in person, you can have maybe like a pairing sequence where it's like a QR code shows up on your screen. I just like open up my camera. It's like, okay, there you go. And now I'm connected with you. And then every time you tagged it with like my username or something, then those are the posts like for me.
Okay.
You know what's so funny about this too? This is literally what Twitter is. Like what I just described to you is almost exactly how Twitter works, but it has nothing. Oh my God. Why can't I use Twitter? I'm sorry, x.com.
X.com.
So literally, this is what Twitter is. There's hashtags. You can type hashtag and then anything you want. I could do this, but we don't say hashtag Conger. We say like @Conger on Twitter. But they still have these two ideas. So again, like, and then in the notes here, I could do like hashtag some topic. I have this code written. I don't know if you can see the bottom of this page. There you go. So at the bottom of this page, I can say hashtag, and then what's a thing I have? Fuck. So I type hashtag fuck, and then like there you go. That's like a tag that I have. And then I can type in some content, some note. I click save, and maybe we work. Oh, it didn't save the tags, but it would have that, and then it would have the tags that I added. Similarly, I want to do it for like a oops, amazing. I want to do it for like the at symbol, so I could be like at Conger to separate like what a tag is versus user. But I might go back on that. I think I actually kind of like what it feels like to do at Conger, and just keep everything a tag. But I'm kind of thinking through like what would be the implications of that. Like,
Yeah.
I think you might want to separate it out because, I don't know if you want to deal with like a collision of like your username but also some topic, and it's like now if your username was Apple, and I said hashtag Apple, and then I wanted to like contact you. Yeah. So I don't know.
You could. Let me think. You could. Oh, why? Actually, never mind. I'm just gonna shut up.
Yeah, so that's the design.
I got nothing to add.
That's the design problem that I'm having right now, but that's fine. Yeah. So I told you about the notes, or what? Yeah. What did you want to see?
The notes. So about the notes. It could be interesting.
What?
If you were to make like notes public or in like your just share, like link them, so you could have in your note like separate lines in your notes that are only visible to certain other people.
Yeah, that's the whole idea of like the hashtags. You would say hashtag just for me, or hashtag just for Conger. Conger. So if I do that and then I say this is the textbook you should read, and now I literally just, it auto syncs right when my notes sync because I've literally just stopped editing. This now sends you a message. You get a message with this. And this is something that you can always go back to. If anytime you go back to breadchris.com and you search for just for Conger, then you get to see everything that I've historically left for you.
Okay. And would that would be hidden to other users, or would just be me tagged?
Would that be hidden for other users?
Yeah, like if somebody were to go to look at your notes that you perhaps intended for just another person,
they couldn't see that. They would only have authorization for your tag that you made for them, and that you've said, I'm allowing only that person.
Okay, yeah, I was just clarifying.
And actually, what's funny is I have that feature today. It's called groups, and I'm not sure if I want to keep it around. So I could make a group with you, and I would say, like, go to groups. I would say Chris and Conger. What a weird name. Where'd you come up with that?
Well, it's a back in like 8th grade, whenever that was.
Look how cursed this URL is. Like on the black, like you can't see it at all. All right. Sorry, go for it.
So Conger, I for some reason just started swapping out random letters and words with G's, and then just like completely brutalizing the word, just destroying and mutilating it, and just pronouncing it as awfully as possible with a G. And it's just like a version of that with my name.
Oh my gosh.
I was just a weird kid.
Wow. That's so specific.
Yeah, I was weird.
So yeah, if you go to the link, so I just created a new group and I sent you an invite link. So if you go to that invite link, anything that shows up on this page, Chris and Conger, you're going to see that. So so for example, let's see, if I go to, oh God, I hope this works. Oh, I hope this works. It'd be so cool. The Go programming language. So this is the book that you should read. And okay. And then, oh, Control Shift L. Nope. Shit. Maybe it doesn't work on,
Is this the book that Mr. Estep said you were going to buy for all the students who said they wanted it?
Yeah. Yeah. Sick.
Yeah, he mentioned that during 8th today.
Ah, damn, it's not gonna
He was
work.
talking about you.
Huh?
He was talking about you during anything. He's mentioned that.
What?
He was talking about XCTF.
Oh, it's so cool, dude.
And
Oh yeah. Okay, I did. It's working. I think. All right, so it popped up over here on the right, this tiny ass thing. So now I can enter in tags. So this is like, I'm just gonna tag it with books because this is like a book that I want to remember. What's a tag? What's a tag that I might want to make for this?
like,
Why would you want to remember this? Why would you, looking at this, want to
Ooh.
remember this? Why?
um,
One word. One
Automation.
word. Why? Automation?
automate.
Sick. Perfect. So there, automation, and for me, books. I click, and maybe programming. Maybe I'm like, books, programming. Sure, I don't care. And now I click save. We have no indication if this has worked or not, so we still don't know. But we refresh. Oh! No luck.
Did it work? I can't.
It didn't work. It didn't work.
Uh,
So close. Oh
Happens.
shit. Maybe we could do this at least here, and then I can say a link, and then I click save. Oh come on. Save. No, it's fucked. This
it's
is
the
it's still fucked. I can't even add tags. Whatever. So yeah, you just have to take my word that it's like that content that's there. I guess I just fuck. How do you? Oh, it's this thing over here. I send this whatever the hell this thing is, and then you go to that link, the invite link. Now, if you go to that, you will see this group and you can see this content. So all you have to do is remember that URL, demo.lunarbrain.com, log in, and then anything that you've sent or shared on that service with someone else, like you will always be able to go back and look at that content.
wow. And just to specify on the group dynamic, is that? Could you re-explain that? Because I have an idea of it, but I might be misinterpreting.
So I'm on the site and I'm like, hey, you and I will have things that we send and share that we want to save. I have something right now that I want to share and save with you. So I'm going to go to this thing and then I'm going to say, make a new group. I made a new group. It said Kristen Conger. I sent you an invite. Now, if you go there and log in, anything that I send to this one, which I can do from like Lunarbrain, now you can see. So you just go to the site.
Okay.
And eventually, like I want to brand it as you just go to justshare.io, log in with Google or whatever. And so it's like you just have to remember that site and then share stuff with people, and then you'll always be able to go back to that. And then also inside of this is that note-taking strategy that I was showing with just like making lists of things. Like that's what down here is going to be.
Okay.
So you can like take notes in like the list form. You could add hashtags inside of there, and then those would become tags on the note.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Aspirations, big aspirations. It's actually so cool though. I could see like really that is a very useful thing in a.
It's going to
corporate
change the
environment.
world. Like
I
I'm
actually could see that.
no,
like,
it
legitimately.
even the thing is, it doesn't even matter if I execute it or not. Like the idea of this, the fact that this is something that's being conceptualized and built, like even if someone steals that, like imagine like how better my life would be. Right? Because it's
Yeah.
selfish. At the end of the day, it's
Yeah.
selfish. I want this because I want my life to be better, right? Like that's why anyone builds social media. So I'm going to beat my head into a fucking wall until this thing is the most perfect thing that could exist, because I never want to think about sharing information with people. Like I just want it to happen and I don't want to have to remember anything. So it's like, it's just, I feel like I've conceptualized an idea that it's like, as long as I can spend my time working on this, I could be one person and spend my whole life building this, and I don't care. If someone wants to go and take it and make money off of it, I don't care. Like, I just want to make this like exist. Because I know how to make enough money
Yeah.
to love my life. Like, I don't have to be the guy that like owns this idea. So I'm just gonna
It's
build
just
it.
about like it's solely for quality of life.
Yes. Like, holy shit, the amount of effort. So, okay, so over here, you can't see it. I'll take it. All right. So there's a very important reason that I have the schematic of Lego.
Okay.
Can you make a guess why? Why would I care so much about Lego? Can you think any reasons
Well,
based
I
off of what you know?
Step mentioned you really like Legos, and that your old email is like Lego something.
Chris Lego Life.
Chris Lego Life.
Yeah.
That's all I know though.
No. Think more creatively. What does a Lego represent? Tell me what you know about Lego.
Well, it's like
Have you
Well, I
have
mean,
you
I
ever
guess-
played
I
with
guess-
Legos? Have you ever played with Legos
I
before?
have so many infinite Legos.
You have infinite Legos.
And I think the symbolism could be chalked up to like ultimate creativity. I
Well,
guess.
I
Or,
mean,
like,
not
freedom.
not necessarily, because like
You are constricted by the size of the blocks.
but what like also the connectors. You have all those connectors that you want to make sure that like they go together, because you can't just, it's not sand, it's not clay, it's a Lego, and that
Very
means
true.
that's very specific. Oh, come on. All right, so I
It's
gave
like
a talk.
creativity
I gave a
depends
talk
time.
on Legos. So this is the talk that I gave. I'm gonna do like a proper presentation of it, like for online. But in this presentation, I was talking about like why. Oh, come on. This thing's so buggy. That's not. It shouldn't look like that.
It's like a baby.
What?
It walks, but not very well.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. Oh God. What the hell? All right. Whatever. All right, so I'm like, I want coding to feel more fun, like snapping Legos together. So Legos, they have a very specific feeling, and you know it, even as a kid. You don't want Mega Bloks. No kid wanted Mega Bloks. Why?
Yeah, I only like your minifigures.
Yeah, but why?
was it.
Think about it. Why is it Mega Bloks and whatever? Lego, it wasn't about the brand deals, because Lego actually went down when it started doing brand deals with like Star Wars. I personally remember buying a lot of Star Wars, but like they were getting gouged on like how much they were paying, so they weren't actually profiting that much. They have since returned to the idea of simple, like just simple shapes and colors, and let people do what they want to, because people want to do that. And all this to say, Legos are very important, and there's some principles that I have seen through programming that resemble those of Lego, is like the general idea. And this is a presentation where I just talk about what are those specific like things that I have seen. And Go is in here somewhere. Types are the foundation. There's a really good point that I work up to. Maybe it's in. Yeah, okay, so I think this is like a pretty good section. So I don't want to say you should use Go. I want to tell you about why you should think in terms of a mental model rather than a programming language. And the way that we speak influences the way that we fundamentally approach things. So I could say that like the language that I was learning when I was playing with Legos is like how to build things with Legos. Like I was fluent in Lego, so I could make things happen. So Go is just a language that I have become fluent in and now I use. So they influence the way they think. It's like a mental model that's constantly going in our heads because we're thinking about code all the time. And when we're speaking in a language, we need a language that lets us be, lets you be very expressive. We want to say a lot of things with the code that we write, so we need a language that's more expressive. So we need something that anticipates our needs. And the English language has a huge dictionary to have all of these different words that we can speak. And that's really helpful to when we want to like communicate. So we need a language that can let us speak. So I like Go because when, I should rather say this is the Go documentation. And what I personally really like about it is that you can almost always come up with like, oh, I want to read a file right now, some concept, some idea. You search that, and there's more than often a standard library function that lets you do that. And if it's not a standard library function, then it's like a project that's super easy to use. But all of the documentation looks at this, so I can find these things really fast. And this is the JavaScript documentation. When I go to this and I'm thinking of, oh, I want to read a file, I look at this and it's like, this is the first thing that I have to now figure out. Do I want to use the promise base or the callbacks and sync APIs? I've been coding JavaScript for years. I can only really kind of barely explain the difference. Like it is very complicated. So if I'm starting out with a language and I just want to do simple things, I now have to go through this. And not all of JavaScript documentation looks like this. Everyone comes up with their own format, and sometimes it's unreadable. Sometimes it's barely complete. Anything in Go that you want to use in your library will have this formatting, and it will be as expressive with documentation as this thing. Assuming that someone leaves like a tiny comment, like you just put a comment at the top of your function. But it's so uniform, and you can speak. Basically, what I'm saying here is you can speak Go much easier than JavaScript, in my opinion. And so this is I don't like it doesn't quite work with what I'm going, but if a language was simple and there were less things that we had to think about, like this, like I now have to think about this, what if we just got rid of more things? And Google had to solve this problem because they have a huge engineering force. They have hundreds of thousands of developers across the world. They have to make something that everyone can speak and simply do things because they have so many things that they're constantly doing. And even before it was kind of accepted and used at Google, it was actually developed at Bell Labs. So these are people thinking like at, was it IBM or something like that? Or no, like
I don't know.
Wherever. Bell Labs is a very famous research facility. They theorized Go there, and it prioritized simplicity over other things. And like JavaScript, you can do whatever the hell you want. You can't do whatever the hell you want in Go. Like you're gonna have to learn a specific syntax, and it's gonna have to be a certain way. The package registry for NPM, I don't know about you, but I constantly have problems. And I think everyone has problems with NPM because it's not principled. JavaScript's the Wild West of languages. How can NPM be wieldy? It's a very difficult task. Python, endless problems with like packages like going out of date. This this package isn't actually named this. You have to go and search the actual name. I gave a whole presentation on just like it was called 101 Ways Dependencies Can Ruin Your Day, and it's basically just a huge bash of like NPM and Python or PyPy. Conan, it's like I think that's kind of what people use for C++, but I think it's still mostly like shared objects that people just pass around. So Go just has like the code that you write is a GitHub library, or if you want your code that you're writing to become a module, all you have to do is just push it to GitHub. Once you push your code to GitHub, anyone can use it by going to your GitHub page and just copying the thing, and then it like essentially clones it into your repo. It doesn't clone it into your repo. It clones it into like a cache that it uses during build, but you're essentially just straight up using the GitHub repo. And Go has like a lot of really cool blog posts that teach you very intricate details about why certain decisions or why certain ways of writing Go are better than others. And that's not something that you find for like JavaScript really. Like people have some ideas, but like the people writing these blog posts are like people who've been studying programming languages their whole life. Like JavaScript, it's kind of like everyone's hacking it together because everyone's desperate to make it work.
I've seen like the syntax of Java, especially in my probably like 2 weeks of delving into it just for XSS payloads. Dude, you can write it in a million different ways.
Yeah, and that's chaos. Can you put Legos any way that you want them. No.
No.
But were Legos fun? Fuck yes. And so, like, that's the point that I want to make is, like, there's things that feel more like Legos than others. Legos were fun, but they weren't clay. You can't just, like, make buildings out of them. So they have limitations, but you can get a lot done if you're just using something that's a Lego. That's sometimes frustrating because things aren't exactly the way that you want. But when you spend the, like, literally seconds of small brain cells to be like, okay, that hole doesn't fit there. Let me find another one. Oh yeah, hole fits. Now we're good. Like, you can shape things out. Legos let you be very expressive. And even still, it's like Go's very performant. Go's has very competitive performance to, like, even Rust. Like, people will talk about, like, at massive scale, if you put, like, a fuck ton of, like, compute on, like, a process, yeah, maybe you have problems. Maybe if you need to really juice out every ounce of performance, like, down to the assembly level, maybe Go's not it. But, like, Go runs at every single Fortune 500 company and handles like millions and millions of dollars, hundreds of millions, probably billions, maybe even trillions. Like, it's everywhere. It's the cloud. Every Kubernetes is written in Go. Like, you think Kubernetes is joke software? Like, no. Docker's written in Go. So the build tool chain. This is also, it's just absolute poetry. Hey, you want to build something? Or sorry, hey, you want to run some code? Go run. Hey, you want to test something? That's Go test. You want to install a module? That's Go mod. What about benchmark? That's Go bench. Hey, you want to, like, format your code because your code just looks like shit? That's Go format. Go build. I want to build and ship it off to production. My static executable, single binary, no system dependencies. Go build. It's built. These are usually things, all of those things. I have been coding Java, Python, JavaScript for years. I still don't really know what people should use. Like, I think for Java, for testing, it's JUnit. Like, I was coding Java professionally at Uber, like, when I initially joined. Like, I can't tell you. I didn't have to think about it at all. I had to type Go into my computer to be like, oh, to test my code, I type Go test. Like, it's not rocket science. Like, when you have these things that are right in front of you, toys you can use, you're going to play with them. You're going to use it. And also, Go types are just so simple. Like, this is it. This is all you have to know for Go types. Oh, I didn't have it. Do I not have it in there? Oh, I was going to show what the TypeScript type system looks like. It is insane what you can do with it. It's like Turing complete, so you can play tic-tac-toe. Someone wrote a tic-tac-toe game in types. So when the type thing runs and determine what type it is, it's the solution to tic-tac-toe. You enter in the game state as the type. Yeah, dude, it's insane. It's too complicated. Why do your types need to do that? In JavaScript, you have to, because everything's fucked. Like, there's so many problems. Like, the types didn't even exist. No one had any idea of structure.
JavaScript's kind of like a Wild West.
It is insane. I don't want to write JavaScript at all. I only have to because there's nothing else that compares to it with, like, front-end development. Like, if you want a nice-looking website that has, like, reactivity and a bunch of things, like, I've tried going super minimal with, like, HTMX, which is just a single, it's really promising. I'm really obsessed with this project, but it doesn't quite get to where it needs to be. So it adds the missing, like, HTTP method things. So from the DOM, you can only invoke get and post. That's the only thing that you're allowed to do, the only methods.
Okay.
But the internet was developed so that you could use hypermedia. You could design hypermedia applications. And this thing has, like, a book that you can read of what hypermedia is. But part of the idea is, like, things on your page, you should be able to click on it and something happens as a result of that action. And when you only have get and post, like, you can't really do all that much. But by adding more, you can have more interesting things happen. And when you hit your, so what happens, instead of sending and receiving JSON, the idea is you send and receive HTML that's been like templated. So you're using Flask, and Flask just returns an HTML segments that get put into your page to modify the way that it looks. They have a whole book. It's you kind of really need to read it. Like, I didn't understand HTMX for a long time. It's not something that I think you can only really casually be like, is this a good idea or not? In my opinion, they have a whole application that they build in Flask as an example in the book, which is like pretty good practice. So HTMX, it doesn't quite work though. It doesn't quite solve the level of problems that I'm looking to solve, which is like, I'm starting off like hacking on a concept, and then I want to potentially grow to it like a startup. And I think depending on what you're building, you probably could make the argument that HTMX works. I don't quite know what the boundaries of that recommendation is, so it's like my general guidelines is like React is a good place to start, but be careful. You can go down a React rabbit hole where you have like 100 files in your repo, like dot files, and whatever your build system is just broken constantly every day. But I have a recommended setup for that I think people should use, and I use it for XCTF. The client here, these are the only files that you have to like look at, and it's like, this is source. Like it's pretty self-explanatory looking at the details. And also, Luke just added these two. I'm so pissed in like such a closed programmer type way, because I'm still deciding if this is a good idea or not. I don't like these two other files. It used to just be like these files, tsconfig, esbuild. You don't have to think about getignore. And then source. And source is just TypeScript. This is the React app. This file shouldn't be there. But it's like, it should be super simple to understand the code. Build system, fuck the build system. Like, you don't want to look at that when you're looking at the code. And I'm trying to clean this up too. Like, I need to figure out places for some of these. But I find it so important. Like, I find it pretty awe-inspiring to like have so much functionality in like the root dir directory is like small, but still like how you build the app, and still like I say canonical for the language or whatever you're using. Because if you go to a Go application and you don't see like a Go mod or Go sum in the root, it's like you're kind of questioning, oh, is this a legitimate project? I don't know. That's just my snobby programming opinion. But a good README goes a long way, like how to actually run all this shit. So I made sure that I had that. What was I going on about? JavaScript. Oh yeah, you can do a whole bunch of shit. Yeah, that's basically the talk. So what questions do you have about Go now, hearing that? What do you feel about?
Actually, none. It's really straightforward. Like, compared to everything else I've seen.
So tell me why you shouldn't use Go.
I couldn't really give you a reason.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, you haven't learned something until you can tell me why you should not use it.
That's and the like only times that it would be, I guess, not advantageous to use it over other things is when you're going over massive, humongous data sets, where it would begin to lag behind other things like Rust. But in like web dev, things like that, I think it just trumps most other things, especially in readability.
Yeah.
Developmentability, which isn't a word, but
developmentability.
I think I'm just kind of adding prefixes onto prefixes.
That's fine. You haven't worked at like a company for like the past like 7 years of your life. It's doing this every day. So if you don't know the words, that's understandable.
Yeah. But
yeah. Oh, I have so much jargon.
Say, yeah,
fuck.
One of the only shortfalls or pitfalls, I should say.
What about?
Is it?
And I guess that's fair. I guess that's kind of an unfair question, because to know when not to use it, you also have to see. It's just a wealth of experience.
I would say I wouldn't develop an operating system.
Ah, that's interesting that you say that, because Go, this is what's mind-blowing. Go was originally built for the, God, what was it called? Cloud 9? Cloud9 operating system. It can't be Cloud9. Bell Lab operating system. Go. Oh no, the music. Bring it back. Caution flash. Dude, I'm getting deep into live coding, like for music. There's some really cool shit, like title cycles. Dude, this is insane. This is really cool. Like you have, okay, so I'm going to add this. Let's see if it works. Luna Brain, let's go. Okay, here, I type this here, and I click save. It doesn't go to you though.
Well, where does it go? Does it go to yours?
Damn. Yeah, I think so. And it's kind of fucked because oh, it didn't even do that. Damn. Oh, it kills me. Code work. Damn it. All right, whatever.
Well, it's still a baby.
I know. But yeah, so it's like save there, and then I want to like send it to the group. Well, anyway, when I look at this next time and the code's actually working, I can actually do that, I guess. So there you go. Plan 9. So Go, and you see like, I think that's like kind of the gopher is like similar, or it's like the gopher's under that or something. Go. What is the relationship? Oh, this is a ChatGPT question. Fuck yeah. No, give me 4. Yeah. Why was, or just what is the relationship between, oh, I love adding this one. You are an editor for the New York Times. Write me a blog post about what is the relationship between Go and Plan 9. The relationship between Go and Plan 9 is a fascinating one, deeply rooted in a shared philosophy and lineage in the world of computing.
Oh, fuck, I dropped my phone.
Okay, it wasn't actually built, but it's like because they built Plan 9, they came up with a programming language that would have been they came up with a programming language based off of the concepts of the operating system, which they were building in on Unix and with C, which they both invented. Dude, these guys are legendary. Ken Thompson and Rod Pike are like insane. Like they built Unix, they built C, the programming language, and then they're like, what's the next thing that we could do? I don't know. We're going to write Go. So you compare that to the histories of like Node.js and Python, and it's like, and even honestly Java for that matter. Java was they had advertisements, these insane advertisements. Java advertisements. YouTube. I can't. Java's everywhere. This is an advertisement for Java.
It's like the Matrix.
Yeah.
I really don't like this.
Dude, this is incredible.
This is literally the Matrix.
Whoa. All right, no, this one's good too. Java 007. No, Java 007 advertisement. Oh, come on. Oh yeah, the spy.
Completely untraceable with unlimited spending.
It's smarter than that
It knows how to check international
Java
exchange
card.
rates, post transactions based on optimum fluctuations, and oh, and yes, automatically reject questionable expenses.
And honestly, this is insane. This is so cool that a programming language has like high production quality, basically a section from actual movies that people were obsessed with the time. Like this scene is really good, in my opinion. Like the fact that it's like at the time you put like a programming language in someone's pocket. Like that's what they were saying. Because every SIM card on the credit card, like that is a spy. That is legitimate spy technology.
A personal device capable of sensing the presence of remote forces.
And it's like, oh yeah, this thing with the screen in my hand, that also runs Java.
Don't tell me.
Like, this is an old ass commercial. What year was this? 1999. Technology in 1999. Like this is what people looked at every day.
Yeah.
Like fuck, dude. Java's running on the Nokia, dude. Like the brick phone, it had Java on it. Like that's crazy. Yeah, but the thing here, it's like, yeah, Go does not have that at all. It kind of almost has the opposite problem where there's like nothing that looks good with it at all, because everyone that builds it is a back-end engineer. So this is like Go. What is Node's site? I don't know if Node actually has a good site. Oh god, dude, what is this? This is so sad. But then you get to the component libraries. Like let's see React is it we were using right now. Next UI. Look at that. Look at that site. Like that's incredible. I guess I shouldn't say anything, and then because these are the programming languages, python.org. Like that's respectable.
It's got a cute little thing going on.
I guess Go has this thing though. It has the Gopher. I think that's the saving grace. Because like no matter who you are, even if you're like someone's like partner, and it's like, oh, what are you doing over there? And it's like, oh my god, that thing's so cute. What is that? Oh, it's Go. I'm kind of surprised that Python kind of has the snake, but it's like you would never know it. Nothing else has like a cute mascot unless you get into like the weird JavaScript stuff. There's probably a lot. What was I going for? I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, there's Go. That's my pitch on Go. How do you feel about it?
You sold me. I will admit, you sold me.
It is going to suck. It's not gonna make sense. Like there's things that are like this is like when you learn. Is there even while loops? Are there? I don't even.
Yeah,
know.
there are while loops.
Are there while loops in Go?
Pretty sure.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. No, it's only
Are you
for.
serious? I thought I read it.
Yeah, no, yeah, yeah. If you change that to while, that's not gonna run. Yeah, that doesn't work. Yeah, dude, no, dude. I'm telling you, it's hardcore. This is Go is hardcore minimalist programmer, down to like the syntax and everything. Like there's very few shortcuts. But if you learn Go, and there are some problems with the language. Like they did not get rid of nil, or null. Like you have to deal with this. This is kind of annoying. You get like null pointer dereferences, but there's a way of defensive programming where you can usually address and track down the root cause. But you got to read good code. Basically, you got to read my code. Like when you learn, this is it. So it kind of feels like I kind of feel like I've been Karate Kid going to Mr. Miyagi's dojo. Like when it comes to learning Go, and it's very easy to do that because you can see all of the code down to like super low levels. So like if I have my Go code open and I'm like, okay, I called this function like db.db.where. That's a bad example. HTTP handler function. How does that work? I literally just click into it. Oh, that's a bad example. I don't like that one. Better example. Strings.split. How does Go implement this code? Because this code is something that I import. It comes from strings, which is here. So if I go and click on strings, this is all of the code that strings has. And then if I go to like the specific thing, strings.split, I go into there. This is the function, and it's kind of formatted weird. It's kind of non-standard, but split, and then it calls another function, genSplit. I can go and look at that. And this is in someone else's code. JavaScript, you can't do this. Like, you've already been shed out of luck in most JavaScript code. And then the fact that there's types like coming from that code, like you always have types like when stuff comes out, so you always know what it is. But you typically don't have to deal with many types. Like, you might have to write their names sometimes, but like when you're in the body of a function, you can do stuff like this, like : which is just like there's different ways of defining variables in Go. Like you could say var ASDF string. You could say, I think var, and if you wanted to initialize it, you do this. And then if you want to just have it assigned implicitly, because it's like, oh yeah, I know if I do this, that the thing on the left is so this is all valid. I just have to use it, like print ASDF. Oh, it gets redeclared. ASDF 1, 2, 3. Oh, come on. Oh, they're not used now because I have to print them all out. I'm just proving that there's actually no errors here. This is all valid.
Yeah.
So yeah, var SDF, that's just declaring the type. So now I can't reassign ASDF to be a number. That's an error. Yeah, there you go. That's an error because it's like, oh, that's an int because the thing on the left-hand side is actually just a string. So you can't do that. But you haven't initialized it with anything in this one, so you'd have to like eventually assign it to something. For var ASDF is equal to, it's like, I never use this. I don't use it because it's pointless. If you're going to do this, you might as well just do this, which is the same exact, all three of these are the same exact thing. So I'm just going to use this every time. And you always use the default 0 value if you want to just like initial it. So if I want this to be of type string, I could just assign it like that. And these two are the same exact thing because a string's default 0 value is empty string. And so these two are resultingly equivalent. And so if you're going to initialize something, yeah, you either initialize it to the 0 value or you initialize it to something with some stuff. But yeah, this code, this map of string to string, that's effectively the same thing as in like JS. You would do, what would it be? You should be doing const, but no one does that. Yeah, there you go. So that's like the equivalent. So it's just like but this is fucked because this is not a map. Even though conceptually in your head you have made a map, that's not a map. That is an object. ASDF3 is actually an object. Why? I don't get it. But it is. And that leads to a whole slew of problems. Like that shouldn't be the data type that you use. So I don't know. That's the rant. But yeah, the point of like always being able to click into things to see like the code underneath, the types, you can just keep on going, baby. Like you just keep on going into more code. Now we're in that. Now we're over here. Like this is deeper and deeper. Like now we're in like protobuf internal pragma, and we got all the way to that. And you can set a debug statement on any of these lines. And you can just run it, and if that code get hit, then you go all the way in, deep modules. You can't do that in most languages. Like, it's insane. Or it's just more difficult to. Go is the side effect of people just studying, like, what is the simplest thing that we can do? Let the network effect just take hold, because people can build good stuff, good code on top of it. That's what Go has done.
Mm-hmm.
And people have had the time and just space to build all these phenomenal libraries. Like Go recently got a structured logger. I don't know if you know what a structured logger is.
Mhm.
So typically when you do like a print statement, it just prints the string. But when you start getting into like more production software, you want to have a structured logger so that you can easily find information, and like everything's like kind of standardized in the way that you look at it, so you don't have like weird stuff. You also might want to send your logs to like some specific system that's capable of parsing them and stuff. Structured logger is basically a must. You have to have it. And because of all of the libraries that have been trying to do this, because this library did not exist in like the core mainstream supported code, but there are so many libraries, and they what happens in the Go community when you have all these libraries, you submit a formal proposal of what you think that feature should exist like now that we've seen all the different iterations of it, and then they come up with their best attempt at like what should that code look like. And it may not seem like that big of a deal because it's like, hey, I'm just going to keep all my code uses these things. Why should I switch over? But it's by having something mainstream supported that's simple, expressive, and very well documented and understood, you can now have it so that things can go together. Like if I'm writing my code and you're writing your code, you might have picked a different structured logging module than I did. And now when our code comes together, it's incompatible because now you have two log configurations, and that happens for any number of modules. And by studying and putting forward, hey, no, actually, let's just use the main supported logging system, slog. Now our code just goes together and we don't have to think about it anymore. You've effectively defined another like notch in Lego land, like when we were talking about like how Legos go together, of how those things can fit together more effectively. So that's happened, and this is recently, very recent, and this is just the perfect example of why you should use Go, because your life, like that's so much more time of your life that's been saved because they did this, and then people went through the effort to fight tooth and nail around this proposal of like, this is what the code should look like. So, yeah, because a lot of the world runs on this, and it's like really important to get it right. So people really care about it. And so that's what I write my code in. And if you wanted to take this code and start building off of it, or use some of these libraries, and let's see, we could go check out the libraries. Go package documentation. So we search this. We go to package.go.dev or pkg.go.dev. Then we search XCTF. Oh, maybe it's not showed up yet because no one's used it. Oh, no, it is there. Sick. So here's the document. I didn't write this. I didn't build this, but it exists. Go does this automatically. So you, if you're interested in using my code, could go here, and here's all of the documentation. I don't have any comments over the functions describing what they do, but all I have to do is add that, and now you can extend XCTF. You can do whatever you want with it. You can change the way that it looks, the way that it's built, like all of these things. And there you go. Like this is the way to build off of stuff. And it's like, it's all about the network effect. If you can really easily understand my code and how it works, you can now make cool stuff with it. Because all of this is, I've basically been doing that with, I see other projects and I just kind of toss them in, like Kubernetes. This is the code for a really cool thing of just randomly deploying stuff to Kubernetes from the app. So, what the hell is it? Oh, the music, no. All right, we're in here. We're going to go to Kubernetes, clusters, cluster, workloads. All right, it's this. All right, we'll look at the Ingress. Ingress has... Oh, Ingress. We think we can go to this. Fuck, what was I going to talk about? That doesn't work in production. I have to go to local dev. All right, so manage. If I go here, so ES-XCTF, Test7 XCTF, these are deployments in Kubernetes. So these are workloads. I have, and then also there's like the domains for this somewhere. So this is like publicly like what you would hit if you wanted to access the site, the URLs. So this thing allows me to deploy new things. So if I wanted to make a new instance of XCTF for you, so we got Conger. Oh, my friend. Hopefully you're still there, Manuel.
Oh,
No, I have a friend,
Oh,
Manuel, who joined the YouTube chat. I don't know if he's listening to me. We went to high school together. Then he went to MIT. It's pretty cool.
Jesus.
He smacks, dude. Manuel smacks.
Smacks, just a Smacks kid.
Yeah, he's so cool.
Yeah, I'm a global kid. So.
Yeah. Damn, dude. Smacks is so sick. All right, so I'm going to make Conger, and then I'm going to click Create. This has made a new deployment, theoretically. Yeah, there you go. So we got Conger. So this is an XCTF deployment, and you now have your own special domain for your own instance of... that's fine. Ignore the privacy error. That will get fixed. But yeah, here's your instance of XCTF. Have a good day. Play around with it. Build whatever CTF you want. Now, the feature that I'm working on right now, which I do need to go at some point to actually work on, is the competition. So this is a challenge builder. So we have our competition name just for fun, and you can go over here and create a new challenge name. So let's make like a Twitter example, flag, whatever flag, and now we go and fill in who our users are going to be. We'll have user Chris, bio, he is a programmer. I don't have anything happening right now with this information, but username Chris, content, I hack things.
These are going into the YAML files, right?
Well, no, the YAML files don't exist anymore. Or they don't need to
you-
exist because all of this is just like in a database. But I think they might need to exist in some capacity. I don't know. Content, I hack things, other things, whatever. Now I click save. That just created a new challenge called Twitter. And I can preview that challenge theoretically. Come on. Yeah, there you go. So it just this is a website now, and it doesn't look very much like Twitter, but the idea is you build this out to look like Twitter, and there you go. And you can put challenges inside of there using like a Go format or a template format thing.
Yeah.
So that you can have the content show up inside of there, and that's what I need to go and actually work on. So, yeah. So you can do that. You can do that in the link that I just sent you. You can create a new competition. Then, actually, maybe not yet because this is new. I wrote this code yesterday, but theoretically, theoretically, in time, at some point in the future, this will be a capability. And yeah, you can stay. I just have 3 challenges right now, but it's. Oh, dude, this is the thing that I worked so hard on to get working because the value is like insane. It's so valuable. So this form, this is a dynamically generated form, and it's dynamically generated from a protobuf definition. So I go to challenge type, we look at response. So this, I did not write this code. This is all from code that has been automatically generated. So I don't need to like manage this at all. But this tells the front end very valuable information. It tells it everything that it needs to know for building out this form. So if I add a new challenge here, a new challenge type that has like Facebook maybe, that has like a similar looking thing, or give me a challenge. Actually, let's do this right now. So what challenge do you want to see here?
It's like Caesar cipher.
Yeah, it's already there. Give me another one.
I was already veneer.
I don't know how to spell it. Give me another.
I can spell it for you. It's VIG.
Okay, fair. Oh wait, no. We'll do a PCAP. We'll do PCAP. How about that?
Yeah, perfect.
I'm not sure how to write it, but we don't need to actually write it right now. So we're gonna go to Proto because we're using Protobuf ChalGen, and now in our node we have a node type of challenge because this is gonna be an evidence graph. I don't have the graph on there, but that will be there. So we're gonna add PCAP. And what are the configuration options that we want to give a PCAP?
Well, you would want the destination and the source.
And then
Or
repeated packets. Oh, it's ChatGPT's doing it. There you go. That's reasonable. That's pretty good. We can build a PCAP with that. All right, so now that's written there, and now I just type go generate. It's gonna generate all of that data that gets sent back and all of the code that makes that happen. And then we go and run this again. All right, so come on, page load. PCAP. And then we can add new packets. And there you go. There's the whole form to add all of that information. And then, so that's the front end. Front end done, right? Like this is okay. This is good enough. This is going to work for that. Now let's move on to the back end. Well, by running that, it not just generated Go code, or it not just generated JavaScript code so that this form is capable of being seen. It also generated front end code, or sorry, Go code, which we can then go, if we go to backend, and then I think it's, we got a function generate. Come on. Update competition. We need a, okay, the question that the thing that I was going to show is we wrote the front end. Now I want to control what happens when this thing goes to the back end. Oh, we need to add some new code that doesn't quite exist. So when we go to update the competition, so this event is already triggered. When I click save here, this code is going to run right here because of how I have it all wired up. And also the code for that's super simple, but it's Java. It's too much JavaScript right now. We don't need to do that. This is all Go, so you should learn this. Update competition, and now we need to go. Okay, so we go through all our nodes. Now we're going to add some logic to switch on whatever challenge type there is. And if we look back at the type, that's where this is coming from. So we're looking at a node, and then we're switching on the challenge type. And we're going to have a case. So we could have something happen when we're on the Twitter thing. So this happens when we've clicked save. We're having this. We don't need anything really to happen for Twitter since everything's dynamically generated. But maybe we want to add a build step for the PCAP. And so I don't need to do that. T.get PCAP. I don't know why that would be nil, but sure, whatever. T.PCAP. Packets. Oh yeah, so now we can iterate over the packets. Packets. And we could print it out. So we could use slog debug packet, and then yeah, let's see what happens. So I think if I just click save, no, PCAP, new, and I click save. Ooh. Oh, timestamp's a number. Timestamp's a number. Save. Oh. Pack protocol. Oh, I need to add Yeah, there we go. Sick. Yeah. So yeah, we can now. This is like Go code, so we could find like a Oh, now we ask chat that right now we do Chat GPT. Write me a Go function that takes a list of packets. Oh. That takes this type and creates a pcap file, and then for the type we enter in the type information. Let's see. So it might recommend like a library. Oh, come on. No. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we get it. All right, show me. Oh my god, this is the PCAP standard. It's just writing a whole module right now.
Jesus.
There's no way this works. Oh my god, it might actually goddamn work. All right, so I'm going to go in Chals. And then we'll say let's make a handler, sure, whatever. Handler new pcap, and then it accepts pcap, and then we can use the type now, so xctf dot oh no, it's chalgen dot pcap, so it accepts a pcap, and then we move this code over here. About, and then that's p.pcat, or oh no, let's just do p, sure. Pcap, p packet, packets. There you go. So see the types when you like deal with them. Yeah, we do like global. Yeah, we got packets. We don't need this type in the response. Fuck that. We don't need that type right now. We don't need to deal with the return type. But the, oh no, we might want to return an error. I already know that we're gonna have to deal with errors. So, Go always needs, you always need to define, things. Like there's an error down here. Basically, when I see this error, if there's any error at the bottom like that, it's always going to be, I just need to like return the actual return type. So return nil there. Error can be nil or like a new error, but we don't need an error if it's all successful. So we're processing every packet right now, but we're just going to swap in this code. Oh my god, does this work? This is insane. What the hell? So we need a file name. Yeah, we'll say maybe, I don't know, we'll see. Oh, and now we need all the special numbers that it came up with. Oh my god. P dot packets. There you go. What? And then yeah. Okay. All right. All right. So we're gonna. Okay. So now backend. I put this in handler. So now I need to do dependency injection. We need the handler to be over here, and it's a chals dot handler. And then we need to go down here to our new thing, and we need to declare it h dot chals dot handler. And I'm doing this specifically because I want to separate concerns here. I don't want challenge generation to be inside of the backend service. The backend service should just be in charge of dealing directly with requests. It shouldn't like have to deal with the details of challenges, because someone like you might want to extend the functionality of challenges. You don't want to have to deal with this code over here. So maybe I think yeah you do. You don't want to deal with it. Okay. La. Maybe you do. I don't know. I could be wrong. Whatever. No, I think it's right. All right, so we're in update here, and then we're gonna do b.h. Oh, before we do this, the dependency injection, we need to run some code. So we just run go generate, which is the same command. That's standard. Anytime you want to generate files, you use go generate and make. There's a way, documentation you can read to make that happen. Oh, yeah, we got an error. b.h new pcap, and then so we need a file name, so we can say temp dot. Oh my god. And then we gotta check the error. New error. If error is not equal nil. We can just do that. We'll do that all in one line. I like the one line thing. There you go. If we got a problem, just return it. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. So we've generated the type for, so think about if this works. I'm gonna be stoked because we just had AI write a whole challenge. But all that we've really done so far is we've created a type, but not really because the AI generated it for us. And then we went over to the back end and we had to write a little bit of Glue code, but now we don't need to write that anymore. And now we have this all wired up. So now we just put challenges over here and it's separated from this logic. It's just over here, anything to do with challenges. And we can just generate them if you need a generate step for whatever reason. So we hit save. Nothing. Oh, okay. So we have a bug now. So what do? The next line of defense, if we have a bug, we are going to debug it. So I set a breakpoint where the start of the new code happened. This thing is going to build at some point. I swear to God, the JavaScript that's running, it's unacceptable. I think it's bogging down my computer. Oh, maybe it's Discord. Oh, you got to head out?
I gotta go.
All right. See you, dude. Have fun.
I appreciate you getting the time aside.
Yeah, and I'll clip it. I have some code for clipping stuff, but I need to clip the rant. I need to do it. The Go rant. And then you can send it to people. And then you need to show everyone that you see who's into programming, you show them that. And you're like, this is why you should learn Go.
This is the cult of Go.
Dude, I'm starting my cult. You just got to make a cult and people will do things. They'll do cool things.
Indeed,
right.
Indeed. All right, thank you. I'll see you.
All right, we're debugging. We save. That happens. We're stepping in. Okay. Oh, nothing gets printed out. Right, because it just writes the file. Let's go. All right, it probably wrote it. Oh. All right, let's use CloudShark. What is it? Yeah, CloudShark, right? Come on. Guest upload is turned off. Ah. Ah. All right, we're outie. Gotta go.